Attorney General taking him out, draining the swamp, saying that asking the remaining 46 members around the country of DOJ to put in their resignation. You've got, members of the left saying, this is terrible. Even the media saying that. This is something, though, that has been done many, many times before. This is basically coming in, starting a new, clean, fresh administration with your priorities, your agenda. What is your take on this?
Well, I was kind of stunned by it, but I have to say I had some inside information. If my voice is kind of muddled today, it's because I was out last night with Sean Hannity and Bo Dietl, and you know how dangerous that can be.
Oh, man, that's a combo.
But I believe that Sean Hannity has become the second most powerful, influential person in the country when it comes to our political life. He talks to the president every day. Sean on Thursday night went on an absolute rant about the U.S. attorneys and how they and others in the deep state, in the in the permanent government, have been undermining President Trump and leaking information and perhaps not working 100% behind the president's agenda. Sean was very, very firm on that, and I believe the president heeded his call. I do not believe that this is something they've been pondering for a long time. I thought, for example, that Preet Bharara, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District, who I know well, I mean, a person who's had a tremendous impact in terms of going after public corruption here. He took down the Republican state senator, head of the state Senate, Dean Skelos. He took down Sheldon Silver, the Democrat head of the New York State Assembly. He had focused on Mayor de Blasio, who's up for re-election here in New York. Bo calls him Big Bird, going after de Blasio for possible campaign finance violations, going after Andrew Cuomo's staff for bid rigging and other things. So I'm shocked that, and Preet Bharara had a meeting at Trump Tower in which Preet Bharara, after the meeting, announced that Trump had asked him to stay.
You say you're stunned, but isn't it just that it's, first of all, they all serve at the pleasure of the president.
They certainly do.
This is standard practice. Other administrations have gotten rid of all the U.S. attorneys and through a clean slate so they can emphasize, as Abby said, their own priorities. So why are you stunned if it's pretty standard?
Because I explained how Preet Bharara is probably the highest profile of the U.S. attorneys. And when he announced that he had met with Trump and that there was an understanding he had met with Attorney General Sessions and that there was an understanding that he would stay on to continue these public corruption cases, that's why my guard was down. But you're absolutely right, Pete. This is not that extraordinary. Clinton did it in '93. George W. Bush was investigated for doing it midterm under somewhat murkier circumstances. But, you have a situation where if you strip it down, now what is the president worried about? He's worried about the loyalty of the government and whether they're playing. Dude, I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
Preet Bharara, having extolled his virtue as a prosecutor, I also have to point out, is a Democrat who was the counsel for Senator Chuck Schumer, the head of the Democrats in the United States Senate. Chuck Schumer became the enemy of Donald Trump. So here's Preet Bharara, who was Chuck Schumer's right-hand man. He's now the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District. So you could certainly see why the president, upon pondering whether to keep Bharara, would say, wait a second. This dude is with the bad guys. Why am I keeping him in my house?